All right, y'all. Let's see. J&J True Outdoor Adventures was bold enough to ask what a lot of you have probably been wanting me to do. Hey, can we see what's under the hood of this thing? And I've been dreading this moment because it's a rat's nest in there. But all right, okay. Maybe you guys can give me some good suggestions as to how to clean up the rat's nest in there. So hang on, let's use a little movie magic to get these off real quick. And voila, the bolts are off. So, oh, one thing I added recently, I ordered a couple of these little, I don't know, these were like $1.70 each from Hong Kong. I've just got local time and UTC right here. And here is what looks like underneath. Told you it wasn't pretty. And of course I'm trying to do this with one hand, as is a celebrated skill by many YouTubers everywhere. Let's see. Sit down and let's give you a tour. So this is obviously the back of everything that you saw on the control panel. So we've got all the switches over here. There's the voltmeter, USB power, and one of those USBs is actually not power, but it goes to the Raspberry Pi. And there's also an audio jack for the Raspberry Pi as well. 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter right there. Fan, which never comes on because it never gets hot enough in here apparently. So, welcome to Overkill Central. This is line power, meaning 110 volts because I'm in the United States, to 13.8 volts DC. And that goes in there and comes out over there somewhere. And this is my battery. It's a 12 amp hour 12 volt battery, and that goes to this magical little device, the Astron, oh, what is it, the BB something M or something or other. Anyhow, this is the magic black box that will direct all the power from here to the rest of the system. And if it's plugged in, if I'm plugged into line power from here, then it will simultaneously deliver power to all of my components down here and charge the battery. And what's really cool is if there happens to be enough of a power draw to where the battery alone can't deliver enough amperage, it will also draw from over here. I'm sorry, it's the other way around. If this can't deliver enough amperage, it'll also take it from the battery. Something like that, I don't know. Anyway, it's really cool, and it was like 60 bucks. Oh gosh, I gotta look at, you know what? Hang on, let me look that up real quick. It's the Astron BB30M, which from universalradio.com you can get for 50 bucks, and I haven't seen a price anywhere near that low anywhere else. DX Engineering or MFJ, they're all a lot more expensive. I really like Universal Radio, by the way. No, I'm not getting kickbacks from them. They have no idea who I am, but I send them money every once in a while, and they send me really cool stuff. And the prices are great. They're somewhere in Ohio. Anyhow, back to this. Okay, so we talked about power. Now I have, this is the fan controller right here, and it actually has, wow, this is all really hard to see on the video. This is a temperature probe right there. So basically this acts as a thermostat, and it's configurable. By setting those dip switches, I can set the fan to come on either low, medium, or high power, and I can also tell it whether or not that happens at different temperatures. I think the lowest you can have it kick on is at 40 degrees Celsius. And then it goes up from there. There's my Raspberry Pi right there. Cool little case. I like it quite a bit. And this is the USB connection going to which outlet? That one right there. And let's see. That's audio. HDMI and power right there. And by the way, if you use a Raspberry Pi for any application and you tax it at all, you need to make sure that you have a charger and the cable that comes with the charger is good enough to deliver some decent amps, like 3 or 4 amps, 3 at a bare minimum, probably more than that, because you're only delivering 5 volts to this thing. And sometimes you'll get that little lightning bolt up in the upper right hand corner of the screen when you're running this thing. If you've ever seen that and don't know what that means it's struggling for power. So it's really slowing it down, degrading performance and all that. This is a buck converter that I have that takes the 12 volts or 13.8 volts that's coming through here and steps it down to 5 volts, and then I distribute that out to anything that needs 5 volts, mainly these guys. So that's the mess. My current plan is to continue ignoring this as long as I can and putting it off and working on other projects. But if I'm going to post this video, I know you guys are going to give me a hard time, and I'm going to have to get around to doing this, and that's kind of my motivation for making the video anyway. So my current plan is to just, you know, very methodically go through here, clean up wires, make sure that they're pathed in a way that makes sense and that reduces RF interference, you know, avoids any potential sources of heat or anything like that, and just use zip ties, just use cable ties, and keep everything down. Now I did get some of those little cable ties that will actually stick down onto the surface. That's just wood. That's 1/4 inch, kind of, what is that, ash, I think. I was originally going to use wood from this same big board that I cut this from for that, but then I remembered that my employer had a whole bunch of that for free, and they said, yeah, we'll cut you some out, just come up with the plan. I was like, awesome. So that's what I did. And of course the radio sits here. That's the mount for the radio. So when I was first conceiving of this thing, I was thinking, well, I want to have the radio, you know, down in here and just this part poking up vertically or maybe at an angle based on some videos that other people have put on YouTube about this. But then I got lazy and it was close to the end of the project and I really wanted it to be done so I could take it out and test it because, hey, cool new toy, right? And so I just mounted it up there, and you know what? It works fine. It works perfectly right there. It's not squished by this too much. In fact, I really like the fact that the foam here, the egg crate foam, is really keeping this thing snug as a bug when it's getting bounced around in the backpack or when I set it down too hard or anything like that. So there you go. There's the rat's nest. Yeah, I'll work on fixing it up. As always, if you have any suggestions, I am all ears. I'm definitely interested in hearing ideas you have for making this clean and doing it quickly and easily, and really maximizing the durability and the lifespan of this thing. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can be notified anytime there's a new video, and I will talk at you later. Bye.